So I decided that I'm gonna vlog for the next few days. I currently just traveled to Boston for work and thought that I would just vlog these next couple days and also kind of sprinkle in some little life updates since it's been so long since I've kind of picked up the camera. I came here for work. There's a conference going on. I was supposed to have dinner plans tonight with a couple of the people that are also here in Boston, but I'm honestly so tired and I just kind of want to relax in this hotel. I literally feel so happy right now. I feel like I've been needing some relaxation over these last few weeks, and I've actually been wanting to take a solo trip. I guess this is a variation of me doing so. Not really, because this is for work. Part of me has also been slightly anxious about doing so because I've been in just enough situations of like just feeling kind of creeped out, whether it's being catcalled, feeling unsafe, feeling like I was being followed, that I've just kind of been a little fearful, that I'm always like, looking over my shoulder. And I feel like as a woman, that's standard, we should always be cautious and everything. But for me, I realized that the fear was a little bit deeper than that. I do feel like these last couple of months, part of the journey that I've just been on is kind of conquering fear and just dealing with fear. Fear for me has shown up in so many different ways. It's been whether it's fear of health because I've experienced health related things in the past, whether it's fear of man. I'm realizing that I've been in a few situations lately that have kind of forced me to deal with my fears or really just give them to God and be like, Lord, you see the situation, help me. And sometimes it can be a legitimate fear, and other times it's a little bit out of hand. There were times where I was literally nervous to leave my apartment. I remember I literally sometimes had to carry this verse with me. Psalms 121 verse 7, it says, "The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore." Because fear, oh my gosh, fear can be so paralyzing and can stop us from doing the things that we're supposed to do. It can stop us from living life abundantly because we're too scared. Fear is being defeated by God's grace over my life. That's another reason why I kind of also want to do a solo trip. That was kind of a little bit of a random tangent, but yeah. And I don't know why I just felt like talking about fear, but if anyone is dealing with fear, especially fear of people, fear of man, fear of something bad happening, some of these scriptures have been very healing for me. Yeah, so we can't let fear ruin our lives. So I'm saying this to you, but I'm also saying this to encourage myself. It's so bad because I just took a little break to snack and I pretty much like ate almost this full bag of these veggie chips. Clearly I'm starving. I thought that the dinner reservation was for 6:30, but I'm looking on my phone and it looks like they made it for 8 o'clock, which is a little late for me. For the most part, I've been trying to do intermittent fasting, 12 to 8. One day is not going to hurt me. I'm curious how you guys are doing. Please leave below how you've been over these last few months. I think the last time I posted was in June. I feel like for me, a lot has been going on, a lot of life updates, life changes. There's just been so much going on these last few months. Back in June, I shared with you guys on my community page that I got engaged. Yes, your girl's engaged. June, July, August, September, October. Oh my gosh, time flies. It's actually been 4 months ago, which is wild. I feel like that is one of the bigger life updates. And a lot has happened since then. Oh my goodness. Wedding planning, but on top of wedding planning, also just like marriage planning, because there's life after that one day. And I feel like sometimes when you're engaged, people are only talking about the wedding, but I feel like it's not only about the wedding, you know what I mean? Like, it's about a marriage, desire to have a marriage that honors God, glorifies God. And I feel like, to me, that's like my main focus. Like, of course, I'm like, you know, looking at florists, looking at all these things. Our church has a marriage preparation course. It was like an 8-week course. So we did that, and that was really amazing. A total of 6 couples that were in the class. And when we started the class, there was one engaged couple, and the rest of us were not engaged or anything like that, just kind of, you know, dating, courting, all that stuff. The class finished, I believe, June 3rd. Since June, every month we've been hopping on a Zoom call and like chatting and praying with one another. And it's been insane, because now everyone who was in that class, all 6 of us, are now engaged. Okay, so a little bit of time has passed, but I'm gonna take a little break right now. I'm gonna call my friend, because we're actually about to watch The Voice. This show is like my guilty pleasure, and we've been watching it together, so we need to discuss a little bit and also catch up. So it's the next day. I also realized last night that I forgot my chargers at home. I don't know how I forgot my phone chargers, and then I forgot my work laptop charger. So initially I was planning to work from home at the hotel for most of the day, but now I'm actually about to head out to the office, because my company also has an office here, so I can plug my laptop in and get a little bit of work done. And then there's a dinner at 7:15. Right now I'm just trying to lay my wig a little bit. That's another thing. I started wearing wigs again because I just cannot deal with my natural hair right now. I need a break, so I've been back on the wig life. The wig that I have on right now is from Wow African. This is my first full wig in so long, and I actually really like it. I don't always lay it perfectly or anything like that, but at this point I don't care. I'm just trying to keep my hair protected. While I'm here, I can talk about another life update, which is that I moved to Texas. And I've been living in Texas since the end of September. So pretty much my lease was ending in September, and I was just kind of, you know, prayerful about what to do. Even though really at the back of my heart, I kind of knew it was time to move from DC. I lived in DC for 5 years, and I actually loved it. I've moved around so much that a lot of places that I've lived in haven't felt like home. But DC, it was home for me. I had a community there. I had like a bomb church, great people. In 2020, I remember just kind of feeling like, okay, my time here is winding down, which is bittersweet. I grew so much when I was in DC for 5 years. I came to DC fresh out of college. I remember coming and just having different dreams that I felt like God was gonna do while I was in DC. I saw myself, you know, get out of my shell. I was never really a person that liked community. I always used to call myself a lone wolf when I was younger. Being in DC, I was around women, other women that were so dope, other women that loved the Lord and were like able to pour into me, speak life into me, and then vice versa, where I was eventually able to do that myself. I was then leading some small groups, leading some Bible studies, working with college students, working with other women. So just like all these things that I knew were going to happen, but I didn't know how it would happen. I knew that I was called to work with women and work with younger people, and I was able to do that. God definitely showed out. I got bolder when I was in DC. I used to be a person who avoided conflict. Like if there was any hint of conflict, your girl would be over here, because conflict, hi, I don't know, conflict, man. I had to have multiple conversations in DC, difficult conversations with friends, with family, in my relationship. Like, I just had to have so many difficult conversations. I had to speak in front of people on a few occasions. I'm always going to have fond memories of my time in DC. So in 2020, I started kind of exploring places that I would be interested in living, and Texas just kept on coming up for me. You know, I'm a YouTube girl, I love YouTube, and a few YouTubers that I liked were moving to Texas, and I got very intrigued because I mean, my parents live in Texas right now. So I was kind of getting already like excited about the prospect of living in Texas. I started to desire living a slow life. I just started saying, okay, this hustle and bustle, I just am not about it. Towards the end, even my building, I started having some tension with them. All of these little things started happening that were just like, okay, yeah, it's time to go. It's time to shift. It's time to do something different. It's just kind of funny how everything worked out. And the idea of moving back home with my parents, you know, at my big age, that would not be my first pick just because I'm so used to living alone and I really enjoyed it. I asked my parents and they, God bless them, they let me come back home and I'm able to save money, and I feel happy about that. And I've actually really been enjoying it. My parents go on walks like every single day. They walk almost 7+ miles sometimes, and I've been going with them and it's so nice. I feel like that's kind of my form of exercise right now. I can hardly keep up with them. They'll be walking and sometimes I'm like, Dad, can we like take a break? They say no, we cannot stop. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I've been doing it sometimes just 1 hour, sometimes an hour and a half, sometimes 40 minutes. So yeah, I took a little step backwards in order to go forward, you know? But honestly, I feel like there's a lot of positives that are gonna come out of this. I mean, of course, being home, there's obviously been some highs and lows, or maybe little moments or little tips, but I just have to be grateful because I have a place to live. I feel comfortable. I'm not complaining. I will not complain. And that leads me to the fact that I was only at my job for 8 months when I asked them if they could transfer me to the Texas office, and it got approved. It got approved, so God already knew I was going to be in Texas, you know, no matter how long I'm at my job. When I was getting transferred, I, you know, was pushing and kind of fighting to keep my same salary because they were telling me that we're going to have to adjust the prices to accommodate for the Texas market. And eventually they told me that I could not keep my same salary. It was so crazy though when I got my first Texas paycheck, because Texas doesn't have the income state taxes. My paycheck doesn't affect my paycheck at all. In fact, my paycheck is a little bit more. I'm still getting used to wigs. I don't like looking like I have a wig on, but it's okay. Okay. Let me show you guys this outfit. This is just what I'm wearing to the office, and this is what I was gonna wear to the more casual dinner last night. Okay, so this is my outfit. Pretty simple. Okay, let me go because I've been taking my sweet time. So I will see you guys soon. So I just changed and put on this blazer, and I picked up this blazer from Goodwill. I haven't actually worn it out because I was originally going to sell it, but I decided to keep it. I'm running really late. Hopefully I'm not like super overdressed. We just gonna run with it. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.